Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this Flowerpot Wormy. It's a quick and cute pattern, and the only sewing it requires is the flower. Here you can see the materials and the crochet terms you have to be familiar with. I would recommend using plush or fluffy yarn for this project. We will be crocheting in front loop only and back loop only, so choose a yarn that you are familiar with. We are starting with a magic ring, do 8 single crochets in it, and then close the circle. Mark the beginning or the end of the round with a stitch marker. For round 2, do 3 single crochets, 1 increase, and then repeat this one more time. I am using the invisible increase method, which means that I put the first single crochet in front loop only and then the second single crochet in both of the loops. You should have 10 stitches by the end of this round. For round 3, do 10 single crochets. For round 4, do 4 single crochets, 1 increase, and then repeat this one more time. You should have 12 stitches by the end of this round. For round 5, do 5 single crochets, 1 increase, and then repeat this one more time. You should have 14 stitches by the end of this round. For round 6, do 4 single crochets, 2 decreases, and then 6 single crochets. I am using the invisible decrease method, which means that I do the decrease in front loops only. Keep in mind that for round 7, we will be working with the darker pink yarn, so at the end of round 6, you should be doing a color change. And you should have 12 stitches by the end of this round. And this is how it looks so far. You can put the safety eyes in after finishing round 6. They should go between round 3 and round 4. I am gluing the eyes on after I finish the plushie, so you won't see me doing this step. If you are not sure where to put the safety eyes, you can check the other 2 plushies that I made. You can find them at the beginning of this video. We are changing the color to the darker pink before starting round 7. For round 7, do 1 single crochet, 1 increase, then repeat this 2 more times. After that, do 2 single crochets, 1 decrease, and then do 2 single crochets. You should have 14 stitches by the end of this round. For round 8, do 14 single crochets. At the end of this round, we are going to change the color back to the lighter pink. Change the color back to the lighter pink before starting round 9. You can cut the darker pink yarn. For round 9, do 2 single crochets, 3 increases, 4 single crochets, 1 decrease and then 3 single crochets. You should have 16 stitches by the end of this round. This is how it looks so far. I forgot to press record, but you can start stuffing now. If your plushie is much bigger than mine, it might be alright to start after round 10. For the next round, we are going to crochet in back loops only. I am showing you the back loops here with the needle. For round 10, work in back loops only. Do a single crochet, then a decrease, and repeat this 3 more times. Then do 4 single crochets. You should have 12 stitches by the end of this round. Later, we will be working in the front loops of this round, so if you want, you can mark them now with a stitch marker, so you can find them more easily. And if you have trouble crocheting in the back loops, you might try to loosen the loops with a needle, so your hook could go in more easily. For round 11, which is the last round, do 6 decreases. You can add a little bit more stuffing while crocheting this round, but don't overstuff, because we will need to push in the bottom of our plushie. You should have 6 stitches by the end of this round. And now we are finished, so it's time to remove the stitch marker and fasten off. I cut the yarn and then did a slip stitch. I went in the front loops of the last round and then closed the hole by pulling on the yarn. I hid the yarn end inside the plushie. If the bottom isn't pushed in, then try to do it with your fingers. If you need to glue the eyes on, you can do it now. Next, we will make the soil around the worm. We will be crocheting in the front loops of round 10. I am showing you here with my needle. We will crochet with the brown yarn. Starting from the back of our worm, Let's do 16 single crochets. Place a stitch marker to mark the beginning or the end of the round. For round 2, do a single crochet, then do an increase. Repeat this 7 more times. You should have 24 stitches by the end of the round. Make a slip stitch and then cut the yarn. Fasten off and then hide the tail inside the plushie. Next we will be working in the front loops only of the last round. Now we will crochet with the yellow yarn. In front loops only, do 24 single crochets. Cut the yarn and pull the yarn tail through. We will now make an invisible fasten off. I will show you how to do it if you don't know it yet. We are not working in the next stitch, but in the second one, and we are going under it. After that, go under the back loop of the starting stitch. Pull it so tight that it will look like that you just made a fake stitch. You can now weave the ends in so they won't bother you when you are crocheting in the next round. I didn't weave them in completely, just moved them to the bottom. Next we will work in the back loops that we skipped in the previous round. For round 1, single crochet, decrease, and then repeat this 7 more times. You should have 16 stitches by the end of this round. For the next round we will work not in, but under the stitches where you can see the brown yarn. The brown yarn will be showing less this way, so this is why you have to do a round like this. Make 16 single crochets this way. For the next 2 rounds, do 16 single crochets. You should work normally in the stitches again. For round 5, do a single crochet, a decrease, and then repeat this 4 more times. Then do a single crochet. You should have 11 stitches by the end of this round. Now you can stuff the flower pot, but don't overstuff. For round 6, do 5 decreases and a slip stitch. You should be left with 6 stitches. Now cut the yarn, leave a long tail and then close the hole. Then you can hide the end inside the plushie. If you have any more yarn ends that you haven't woven in yet, then you can do it now. If your plushie doesn't stand on its own, then you can push the bottom in with your fingers. We are almost finished, only the flower is left. Start with the yellow color and make a magic circle with 6 single crochets in it. Then you can close the circle and then make one slip stitch. Then cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. Bring all of the yarn tails to one side. Now let's make the petals with blue yarn. Make 4 chains, then slip stitch in the next stitch. Do this until you have 5 petals total. If you are done with your 5 petals, then you can cut the yarn. Now only the sewing is left, so let's do it. You can hide the yarn ends inside the plushie. And we are finished with our plushie. I hope you like the results. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, I will reply to everything. And please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you like this pattern. It really motivates me and helps me keep going with this YouTube channel. See you next time. Happy crocheting!